From the top. From the lighter side of pest control. This is the Tales from the Crawl Space podcast with your hosts, Jack and Brad. Tonight's episode, Tech's best friend. Hey! Hey! Quiet over there! Quiet! Tech's best friend. Need to go take him on a walk now.
Greetings, boys, girls, and cheese bags everywhere. It's your old pal Jack, and this is Tales from the Crawl Space podcast. How the fuck are you? Across the proverbial desk for me is my brother from another mother, my partner in crime, Mr. Brad Harvey.
Woof, 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 motherfuckers! What's going on?
Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay bow wow yippee yo. Dog catcher, dog. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog in me.
Oh man! If you guys have not already realized it, this is the Tales from the Crawl Space Dog Show.
Yes, it is. It's the dog show. The dog. This is better than the American Kennel Club or Westminster Dog Show. We are much better than that because
yes, and we're not going to be cupping any dog balls at the time. During the show as well, which I know will come as a major disappointment to some of you. But we work for the majority of our 12 listeners, and I'd say 7 of them. It's like, don't be grabbing dog balls on the dog show today.
But if someone wants to drain my glands, I've always got an opening for that.
Squeezing of the anal gland. That's right.
Drain my glands, baby. Drain my glands.
Right. Make sure you're wearing a face shield.
Right now, eyeball.
That stuff burns, so I'm told.
I've been laying on my back sometimes when I was younger, working one out. Back when I could actually go for distance, and I think I got myself in the eye once. I think.
Yeah, there you go. You're taking me back to the time back when I was a preteen and had my Valerie Bertinelli poster on my ceiling.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that way I could just lay awake at night and just look up at Valerie Bertinelli.
Skeet.
Sometimes I would hit it.
He was like, you gotta let it go on the upstroke.
Oh shit.
Well, this evening we're going to talk about good stories, bad stories, dog stories. I know I've got a few of my own. One that I love telling about, but we've got some great fucking stories tonight. We really do. We got some great ones.
Oh, we do. Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of you guys came through for us, and, got a couple of dog stories of my own. And of course, no dog show that I'm on would be complete without me at least mentioning my good boy Max, who refused to be in the room with me today because we're getting ready for a family Christmas party tomorrow, and Ellen is cooking in the kitchen. So guess what? Daddy gets a pass.
Max knows where the loving is, right out of the oven.
Yeah, Max will usually just, during the show, he'll lay right down here on the floor right next to me and just, snooze away, get up and look at me every now and again with those beautiful teeth of his, which he has a serious underbite if anybody's seen him. And, Jack likens him to Carl Childers and from Sling Blade.
Sure did like him French fried taters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, need a little feller. Ain't no bigger than a squirrel. Y'all reckon you can make me some biscuits?
Some call a Sling Blade, I call a Kaiser Blade.
I reckon them 2 fellas was from Arkansas.
No, Max is awesome. I've had several encounters with little man Max, and he's awesome. He's
Max
a good
dog. He's a lovey-dovey dog. You come into the house, he just barks his ass off like he's going to tear your ankles up. And but once you pay the snack tax, you're good. And then he's your buddy for the rest of your stay. And then that boy hates goodbyes because when you get up to leave, he starts it up again. I think he's going to try to squeeze another snack out of you before you leave. But such as Max. But anyway, Max is he's the bestest boy in the world because let me tell you, he doesn't get he's never outside of the yard without being on a leash unless he's in somebody like my dad's house or whatever. So the other day I got home from work and I let him out, and he went out in the yard, and I have this privacy fence between the deck and the chain link fence. I had that put up there so that way my neighbors cannot see me masturbate on the deck. But so I put that there. He goes around it. That's his first stop. He doesn't go to the bathroom there for some reason. He just likes to go over there, check things out, make sure everything's cool, and then goes out into the main part of the yard to piss and or shit. So he ducks back behind there, and he's gone for a little while. And I'm like, Max, 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 and he's not, and all of a sudden I see him coming around the fence line, except he's on the other side of the fence, and I'm like, oh shit, the dog is out, and so I just say, Max, come on, boy, come on, and then he walks around the fence, walks the length of the fence, then turns the corner to the other part of the fence and goes to the gate to the back that I have in the very back, and sits down and waits for me to open the gate to let him in. Is that a good boy?
That's a good boy.
He did a good boy. Guess who got extra treats and extra food and some turkey giblets with his supper?
I was going to say you did, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right. But oh yeah. Come to find out, the gate wasn't latched the last time it was used, and it was closed. But it was not latched. And we had a really windy day, and the gate blew open. But I don't think the poor fucker knew what to do being on the other side without a leash on. He's like, okay, I'll just follow Dad's lead. And he just goes over and sits the fuck down, man. And I was like, damn, that's so good, because I was already in my indoor shorts, and it was cold, and I didn't want to fucking put on my Crocs and go out and chase a dog, so I didn't have to, which was beautiful. Yeah, it's not a pretty picture, guys.
Well, you mentioned you lost me at Crocs there, so I mean, because about those Crocs, all those holes in the toe, that's where your dignity leaks out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
60 years old. I have no dignity. You guys, Jack, how many years have you known me? And you're over there talking about my dignity, dude. My dignity, that ship has sailed.
Well, I have to tell you, the first thing I thought about is with dogs, and you mentioned dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had a house down in Odenton, Maryland, and I don't know what this person did, because the entire backyard, it looked like, from a distance, it looked like ant mounds, and it was just turd mounds. And as soon as you get around the side of the house, the whole backyard smells like a fucking hog farm.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you ever smelled a hog farm before, but Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have to roll your power spray hose up and carry it on your shoulder to get around the back of the house to keep from dragging it in dog shit for the entire backyard. Fucking, that was miserable. And I was like, I got to get this house done. Holy shit. And it was the middle of the summer, and the fucking that stank was just radiating. And I had to set it on top of the boxwoods and stuff to keep it off the ground, just so it wouldn't drag in shit. Then I had to roll it back up on my shoulder to get back around the house.
Oh,
disgusting motherfuckers.
Yeah, usually I just grab the nozzle end and some of the hose right there, and I drag it all the way through. So it's carrying over my shoulder, nothing like that. It's when you're reeling it up and you're holding on to it to make that perfect little,
Yep.
Everybody likes their shit nice and orderly, and all of a sudden it's just like this.
Yeah.
It's just like you're like squeezing it off the hose with the back of your glove. And see, this is why we wear gloves. It's not just
the turd squeegee
anymore. Yeah,
it's the turd squeegee.
It is the turd squeegee, and you just get up and you're smelling it the whole time. You're just like, oh god, yeah. And then you get that one loop. You get that one loop that just kind of goes around, and you just watch it. You're in a hurry, man. You don't want to go fix that. And you watch that loop getting smaller and smaller around that turd. And you're just like, all of a sudden it just goes and then drags it with it.
That's how it works. Every fucking turd, every root, every brick or corner it would get hung on. That's what happens with your power spray hose. No matter what. You're going to have the tiniest little root sticking out of the ground, and that fucking hose will wrap around that motherfucker and get hung up every time.
That ain't no shit. And also, but it's a lot better in the summertime when it's dry. You haven't had rain for a while. Sometimes that hose will just hop right over those turds, and you're good. But you got to watch it when you're out doing yard work and stuff. You can roll an ankle on some of the things that are so fucking hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's for sure. You think you're stepping on a rock, and no, I mean, I've had
But
to
that's yeah.
pick turds out of my boot before. Yeah.
Yeah. I get sometimes I just like go and see, does the customer have a garden hose with a sprayer on it? Yeah. So I'm just like leaning up, just getting the sole of my shoe out, rinsing it out and everything. But we all know that unfortunately you usually don't find out until it's too late. You're about maybe 3 or 4 blocks down the road, and all of a sudden you're like,
Oh,
yeah. Oh my
autumn
God.
in the fall when they're covered up with leaves, you don't know where they are, but you find them with
Yeah.
your feet, and then you get in your truck and you turn on the floorboard heat, and you get that warm, fragrant, blowing up past your nose thing like it's like hot ass just
Yeah,
coming out of the
exactly.
floorboard.
Yeah, I was like, oh God, and then the next morning you get in, you're still smelling it, because
Yeah.
it's like stuck to the floor mat. And then yeah, and then even going into customers' yards, the privacy fence that swings inward towards the yard,
Uh-huh.
it's just like all of a sudden you just got this streak of, where the dog is just shit here, shit here, shit here, shit here, shit here, all along the gate. You push it open, it's like. God, fucking flies and yellow jackets are buzzing you and everything. It's like,
yeah.
stupid old turds. The worst dog turd though is the one on the inside of the house.
I want to hear that story.
Oh God, yes, yep. I was working for Big Green Tea, and Mrs. Stanton, God rest her soul, she's got to be dead. There's no way she could be alive now. Not because she was old, but it's just because she lived in so many filth. I figured disease took her out. Yeah, up in the hallway. Not only did I stepped in dog shit, fresh shit too, and just grained it right into the fibers of her carpet. And also stepped in some cat hurl that day too, and all this on the inside of the house. And I did the Stantons for probably 3 years, and that stain was there every month I went. Where I had ground a new pattern into the carpet.
You left
And,
your mark.
I did leave my mark, and it definitely left the mark on my soul. A really dark, black, cold, mark that sucks
It's a skid
all
mark. A
joy
skid
and
mark.
a skid mark, a smudge, if you will.
There's some schmaltz. You got some schmaltz on there.
A little smudge. Just a smudge. So, but yeah, I mean, dog turds are our public enemy number 2.
Yes, they are. Dogs. I've had some really cool customers. One that stands out. There was this lady named Pam Nashman had this big, huge poodle, and he was like homogeneously brown, curly haired, and I called him Chewbacca. I can't remember. The dog had like that 3-part dog show name, like Sir Winston Rothweil, the curly or whatever, and it had a name like that. But I'm like, that's Chewbacca. And she got used to me calling him Chewbacca. Nicest fucking dog in the world. Dog thought he was a lap dog, but he was the size of a small fucking pony. Uh-huh. So he'd just about knock you down trying to come give you some love, but he was the coolest fucking thing. Yeah. Nicest dog.
Oh, yeah. I've had nice dogs do some damage to me, man.
Boxers will do that.
Oh fuck yeah! This was like a Pity Corso mix, sweetheart of a dog. And it's just really, but this thing was a house, right? And so she had her in the crate and had him in the crate. And I was like, oh, she goes, he's really a good dog. He's really a good dog. But, he jumps on people. I said, no, get him, go ahead and bring him out. Let's meet him. And stupid ass me, first thing he does, I'm at our dining room table trying to hammer out a deal. He just gets up, puts his paws on me, and then brings him back down. And I was like, you could nick me, to scratch me a little bit. And I was like, and I finished closing the sale. I went back out into the truck. I looked at my arm, and you remember the movie The Shining where the elevator doors open? That's what my arm looked like. And I still got a little bit of a scar right there. Y'all can't see it very well on in YouTube land, but it just laid me open. So I took a picture of it and I sent it to her. I said, your dog laid my arm open. She goes, dumbass, I told you not I wasn't gonna let him out. I said, you're right, but doggone it was great meeting that dog anyway. And it's like, that dog could wound me anytime.
Oh.
And yeah, and it's always the big ones that are the big sweeties.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little ones. I love
Uh,
dogs, Jack. God damn it, I love dogs. But you know
I know
what?
you do.
You know, sometimes those little ones, it's just like they're just fucking Lucifer spawn. You know, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's like they got something to prove. I know I'm a big guy. I'm pretty imposing, but you know, there's no I could stomp you like a fucking deer mouse if I wanted to. You know, and hello, you there?
Here.
Yeah, you better call Elon, man. Skylink's breaking up.
Oh shit.
There you go. But
Hot
yeah,
damn.
but yeah, but them little dogs, man. It's like you can't lay glue boards out because you're going to catch them in it. And, you don't want the customer to come down one morning, and the dog is like stuck on a glue board or anything like that. Snap traps are out. All that shit's out with dogs anyway. But
Right.
these are little fucking dogs, man. Those little chihuahuas, man. I'm telling you.
Oh man, this little fucking poodle, little tiny white thing. I don't even it looked like a Pomeranian maybe. It looked like a little
Mm-hmm.
fuzzball with little angry teeth and boogly
Mm-hmm.
eyes. Well, this lady, and I've told this before, this lady, they had their whole basement was like platinum white, from the white leather couch, the platinum white carpet, everything was like almost burn your eyes type white. Had a mouse in the basement, and they had like the bifold doors along the wall to where like the water heater and the air handling unit was. And
Mm-hmm.
they see the mouse run in there, and the lady opens the door, and the little dog goes shooting in there and grabs that fucking mouse and starts doing this and lets it go. And the gore coming out of this mouse as it kind of cartwheeled. And I knew what was happening, and my brain just registered it in slow motion. So I watched this mouse
Yeah.
slowly cartwheel, like blood's coming out of him, and everything in its path's getting blood on it from this fucking mouth. The couch, the carpet, the curtains, everything. The lady screaming, the dogs watching the mouse. I'm like, oh, this is a fucking mess, man. All over the place.
Fuck.
Angry little
Damn.
fucking dog.
Oh shit! Wow. Yeah. They got. It's like they got something to prove, man, and they will prove it. I had a miniature schnauzer, and
Mm-hmm.
that in his day, that boy, his name was Brinker, and he could outmouse any fucking cat on the planet. And because I lived in an older house back then, he would stalk him, and he would catch him, and he would either shake them, or he'd just go ahead and bite right down on their little tiny heads, and he would bring them to me. And he would be happy about it, and he's like, "Hey, Dad, look what I did." I was like, "Yeah, that's a good boy. Now get it out of my fucking face." This was before I was in pest control. I had a much weaker constitution about shit like that than I do now. But oh my god, man, it's like some of the sometimes he would he would bite down on them more than once. Sometimes he'd bite down on them more than 8 times. It's like, always chew your food 32 times before you swallow. And it's
Gotta
like,
get the
well, just
flavor out
swallow
of
it
it
and
first.
just swallow it and get the fuck out of my face with it. So,
He was doing the juicy fruit gum. It's good for 7 chews, and that's it.
7 chews and that's it. Yeah, that's 6 chews more than a fruit stripe.
No, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Fruit stripe gum.
Mm.
That juicy fruit. That's fucking Wrigley's. That's good shit. That's fruit stripe. Yeah, that was at
Juicy
6
fruit.
chews. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, if anybody has forgotten, a mixture of bamboo rum and Coca-Cola tastes exactly like juicy fruit gum.
Oh.
Pro tip.
Okay. I'm about to try that shit out, man.
Yeah. It's definitely,
Does it work
definitely
with Diet Coke?
It's worth a sip. I don't know. Maybe it tastes like diet juicy fruit. I don't fucking know.
Well, that don't fucking do that. No.
Juicy fruit zero.
Don't give me started that fucking zero shit, man. That's just nasty.
Oh, you don't like the zero? You prefer the Diet Coke?
I set one out in the winter and it froze. It turned into a slush. I had Dr. Pepper Zero because I love me some Dr. Pepper. And I poured that shit out, and when it was slushy, it had a waxy layer of shit on it. And I think that's what the zero part was, because like Diet Dr. Pepper and regular Dr. Pepper, when it slushes, it just slushes. This had like a waxy film to it.
No kidding.
And I was like, oh, and it's not with any other Dr. Pepper, just the zero. It's the zero stuff. I don't know what the fuck the
Well, Ellen's
sweetener is
got
that
some.
does that.
I think I might give that a try, just for shits and giggles, just because I want to see the waxy layer myself.
Yeah.
Not that I don't believe you. It's just it's science. So
in the name of science.
In the name of science, they trust the science. Oh my god! So you know what, Jack? We ask customers, fucking customers. We asked listeners for stories, and we got some.
We do. You got one for me?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Jason Demick brought one to us. He goes, we had this customer for several years, and we were treating her trees for scale. Pull up to the house in a 1980 Chevy pickup with dual four glass pack mufflers. It was not a subtle truck. Write the invoice, jump out, pull up to the house, start the 13 horsepower Honda motor. I was going out of my way to make as much noise as possible because I knew there was a blue heeler in the house that had a habit of making me look like a matador jumping the fence. Spray rig, ole, motherfucker. Spray rig running. I got to the door. Knock, ring, knock again. No answer. Dog inside, tearing every curtain off the wall. I say to myself, okay, she's not home. Dog is locked up inside. Open the gate, drag 60 yards of hose to the back, turn around and start the application. The woman opens the back door to tell me the dog is put away. Said dog streaks out the door like a Tomahawk cruise missile. Oh, God, I fucking hate that. Woman freezes. I see the dog coming to then drop the JD9 gun to the ground, grab about 3 foot of hose, and start swinging like a lasso in a fair imitation of Barry Bonds. Crack! Dog is visibly stupefied. I walk out the gate. Not a word from the owner. Reel up and leave. The owner is standing on the deck. She can't believe what she just saw. 1 month later, come back. Same routine. Dog running full speed to remove my legs from my body at the knees until I dropped the JD9 on the ground. Dog nearly did a somersault from trying to stop so fast. It turned like, a smart dog. Yeah. It turned around and ran back into the house. Meanwhile, I calmly turn around, do my application, and start walking out of the yard. The owner is standing on the deck. She can't believe what she just saw again. Oh, man. Way to teach that dog a lesson, Jason.
I had a house. It's in Maryland between Frederick and Hagerstown. This dog, fucking, I never did the inside of the house. The guy just wanted the outside done, probably because of the dog. But as I'm going around the outside, he'd follow me to every window and like at each fucking window. So he was especially violent one day, and the guy had a lamp and another little thing sitting right by the one window. The dog was like kind of bouncing around. So I kept going back and forth in front of that window until he actually knocked the lamp down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to knock shit over. So he got one thing, he knocked it over, went to the next window, knocking more shit over. So I made a couple loops around the house just so he'd destroy the fucking house. And it was a game to me. I enjoyed it. That was fucking fun. He knocked everything down, tearing shit up, man. It was great.
Oh, good man. Oh, God. See, that's the shit I never think about when I'm out in the field doing it. Like fuck with somebody's house. I'll knock on somebody's door. The funny ones is like when you ring the doorbell and nothing happens. Ring the doorbell, nothing happens. Like, is the doorbell working? Then you go knock, knock, knock. I was like, boom, boom, boom. Like, yeah, that doorbell's fucked up, man. Mm-hmm. And like Max, Max rarely responds to a door being knocked on, but you hit that ring thing, that dong dong dong, man, he was just like, it's like, yes, Max, somebody's at the door. We know, It's like he thinks that the ring is emitting the sound at a wavelength that only dogs can hear, and he's got to let us know what was going on.
Oh, of course he does. He's doing his job.
Yeah, that's right. Intruder alert.
I used to bang on the door real hard. Like if I knew someone wasn't going to be home and I saw that they had a fenced-in backyard, I'm assuming there's a dog. If there's a fenced-in back, they either got kids or dogs or both. So I'd go and I'd bang on the door just so I could hear if there's a dog barking, like listen, or hit the doorbell a few times. If I don't hear nothing, I'll start doing the service. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, there's no dog. I would have heard it the way I'm banging on the door or whatever. Mm-hmm. I go around to the back through the fence and out of the fucking doggy door in the basement. Because it's a walkout basement. Come these two fucking dogs that weren't happy to see me, and I didn't hear them because I was banging on the first floor, and I had to fend them off with my fucking B&G and my wand, with my back against the goddamn foundation of the house to keep them from jumping on them. They were going for blood, those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
One of them got a face full of suspend. So
yeah, good. SC or Polyzone?
SC.
Okay, well then the dog was safe. That shit wasn't gonna hurt nothing.
I retired before Polyzone came out. So
I was gonna say if it was Polyzone, the dog probably would have died. But you know, if you're spraying anything with a fucking hell, this shit barely phases the bugs, let alone dogs. Let's see. I got another one. I got a quickie from Rick Wilhide here.
okay.
A couple of years ago at my old company, I had an account with a Shiba Inu that was one of the smartest dogs I've ever seen. When I would arrive, I could tell the dog, check my traps, and this dog would go to the storage section of the basement and pick up the insect monitors with its mouth so softly that he didn't crush or fold them and bring them to me one by one. It was uncanny how well he could understand what you said to him. He listened to instructions better than most new hires. Rick, thank you for the story, you lazy fuck. Making the dog do your job. Now, there's work smart, there's work smart, not hard, and then there's just being a lazy fuck. So,
Well,
Rick,
look,
if I had a hat, it would be off to you for being such a lazy fuck. I admire that.
I always dreamed of having like a raccoon that would go to the fridge and get me a beer because he has like the four hands and everything. That makes me a lazy fuck. I'm a lazy fuck. If I could get me a beer bringing raccoon, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, closest I ever got to something like that, picking up my traps and bringing them to me, is this Indonesian janitor that worked at this church downtown that I got. Down at Central Christian Church, and because every time, and we'd all do the same thing at the office when we do hear it. Central Christian, oh, the time has come.
Oh my God!
In.
What's your price for flight? I got Cody Sorensen said, I have a story if it's not too late. So I used to have an older customer that had a boxer that I got to know since it was a puppy. And every service I had to just walk in the house without ringing the doorbell or knocking, and it just would sit and give her love. And if I didn't, she would whine and pout and follow me to each window of the house. I look forward to that service every month, and it was pretty bummed when that client moved out of state.
Oh, bless his heart. You know what, though? When are boxers not puppies?
I agree. Completely agree.
I mean, they are like forever puppies. Those dogs are just so... You know, they are full of piss and or vinegar their whole lives,
and they're all muscle. So they think they're a puppy. They want to love on you like a puppy, and they knock you the fuck over.
They want to love on you. They want to love on you hard.
They want to love on you. All right, Raggy.
Zoink, Scoop.
All right, Raggy. I got the meanest and the best dog from Miss Candace Norquist. By the way, Candace, penis. The word of the day is penis.
Oh man, I was hoping you'd bring that up with the word hyena, but
the hyena.
Do this story and then let's get to the hyena part.
Okay. Candace said, dog stories. I got a few, and feel free not to read them all. She goes, the meanest dog. I was serviced a small duplex. I opened the gate to get into a small backyard. I stepped in, and at the same time, the tenant opened his back door to let his very large mastiff out. I startled him, and he charged. Luckily, I was still at the gate and went back out and closed it. Turned out his name is Ruger, and he's actually super cool. Right on. I can see how a big fucking mastiff scaring the shit out of you, though.
Oh yeah, those are some intimidating dogs.
Fuck yeah. Best dog. The parents to the owners of one of our property managers. Her name is Roxy. She is a yellow lab. Obviously, lab behavior. She was nervous and barked a lot when first doing service for them. Now she's my best friend. Last week was their service, and the mom and the dog were outside. She says, "Hi, Candace." And Roxy's head popped over a bush, and she came running to me all kinds of ass wiggly. She brings me all of her toys to show me, especially her new ones. She's just the sweetest pup ever. And then she says, most of the dogs we meet on our routes are just big sweethearts. People always apologize for them, and we always say, as long as they aren't going to eat me, they're good. Haven't been eaten yet.
Yeah, I always tell my customers, say that, I've got a dog, and I was like, hey, the dog don't start nothing, won't be nothing. And they're like, no, he's a good dog. Or a lot of customers are pretty considerate when it comes to their dogs. I mean, if they know their dog's an asshole, they're gonna put the dog away, and while we're out and about doing our thing,
Right.
and they always the ones that are like, oh, give me, you're knocking on the door. It's like, give me a minute. I got to put my dog away. Or I got one customer that I got to text them, like when I'm about 10 minutes away so they can put their dog away.
Right.
Then I've got ones that did that, and I'd get there and it's like, is it a good dog? I said, yeah. Oh, he's the bestest boy. I said, well, I'd like to meet him. You don't have to put him away. I said, when I get to treating, I wouldn't want him in the room, but but when I'm like doing inspections and stuff, and I'm underneath the sink, and if I feel this nice, cool, wet, and muzzy nose right there, little velvety thing, it's like, so I'm like, oh, you want to help? So I kind of move over a little bit in the sink. Yeah, come on, you see that right there? That's a cockroach. It's like, your mommy and daddy are slobs. And then the dog looks at me and goes, I know they are.
I know. Right,
right now. And they are the goodest boys. I used to carry around dog biscuits, in my truck. And I kind of quit doing that one time that, they kind of got a little rancid in the summertime. So it was like, as dogs were turning their nose up at it. And I was like, what's about? Oh, Jesus. So I quit doing that. I will always ask the customer, you got, does this dog got a snack or something I can hook them up with? Oh yeah, no problem. You'll go into some houses and there's like a bowl of snacks right by the door for you to give their dog. And these are the people that spoil their dogs. And God damn it, all dogs deserve to be spoiled.
Yeah.
Unless you own a hyena.
No, I saw something that really disturbed me today. Really
we were talking about
me.
this pre-show. I was dying.
Oh, it's just apparently female hyenas have a penis, but it doesn't function like a male penis. It's actually their birth canal, and it's bigger than the male hyena's penis, and they squash a baby out through it. So imagine, guys out there. Imagine giving birth through your penis. You're trying to squeeze. It's like trying to squeeze a volleyball out of a Oscar Mayer wiener, and there's got to be some rupturing going on there somehow. Just to watch something go splopping out of a female hyena penis. It
sounds like alien porn.
I'm sure there's a dildo shaped like it, but if you masturbate with a female hyena penis dildo, does that make you lesbian bestiality, or because it's still a female even though it's a penis? So how's that work?
Well, it's technically not a penis. I mean, it's more of a prolapsed vajayjay, I guess.
It's a clitanus.
Yeah, it's inverted.
It's disturbing.
It's disturbing. No, but this is the second time you've brought it up. Oh, wait a minute! I made you bring it up the second time. The first time when you volunteered it.
It's the train wreck. You can't help but look.
No, it is. It's like I don't know. This is from what I hear. Alien porn is like.
Like, check his history.
Ovipositing, it's like type thing. It's just blop, bloop.
Oh yeah, like on Alien, where that thing kind of went and would, it just like left that. Yeah,
along those lines, I guess.
I've had shits that felt.
So I hear.
I've had shits that felt like that, where like you think it's a good solid one, but like the outside of it's wet and it kind of comes, it splashes. It's a chunk, but it comes out like somebody schlicked it up on the outside, so it kind of goes. And I've had those.
It gives you get Poseidon's kiss.
Yes, and that little tickle on the balls.
Yeah, you little Poseidon. You can pull it off better because you got that long beard like Poseidon.
You know, it kind of goes along with my ass fetish, but no poop fetish though. That's just nasty.
No. Let's not drive to that place. Oh God. Oh wow. A friend of the show. Well, you all are friends of the show, but a guy of the show, Rodney Brom. Great feel-good story for the dog episode. I have this farm I looked after since working for Big Box. Because they loved my enthusiasm to help them, and also that their border collie, Rudy, loved me, they wanted to stay with me when I went on my own. So every month for over an hour, I get to walk around a big, beautiful farm accompanied by Rudy to do my work. We play we play fetch every visit, and Jenny. Yeah, try and say that 3 times after bourbon. We play fetch. I could have said we play felch, but every visit, and genuinely love seeing each other every visit. It's one of those situations that makes my heart so very happy. You know, like a good felch.
You're talking about a good happy dog story. I'm thinking about someone sucking skate out of someone else. It's kind of, it's like a meshing of worlds, and it's disturbing. On top of the hyena penis.
Speaking of felching, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, I mean, you're going to want something that's going to stand up to the rigors of such an activity. Am I right?
You are absolutely
right.
And
what better dual-purpose tool to do that with than the one and only? That's right, surgical stainless steel urethral sounding rod. Also good for felching. Maybe it might be a little bit of a small caliber for some of the chunkier stuff, but anyway, it's a great multitasker. You can go one way with it and the other. I know you've seen me working the glass. My beautiful bride poured me a drink before the show while we were eating dinner, and I did not transfer. But that doesn't mean my Tony Spangler tumblers from SpanglerArt.com are not close at hand and with me always.
That's
especially
right.
This one.
Oh, yes.
Oh, the old girl. God, I love this chick. So yep, and take a look at the lovely model Jack, and what he's displaying the crisp graphics that are on it, safely concealed under a layer of shiny stuff.
Look at that
handsome cigar smoking motherfucker right there, and of course, as Jack rubs her bottom, we do want to mention the rubber bottom.
The rubber bottom.
You know what? This thing, I still to this day am astounded at how long this thing will keep ice inside it.
Oh man, yeah.
I mean, it's like, go to bed at night and wake up the next morning. There's ice in there. A couple hours later after breakfast, there's ice in there. Get ready for lunch. There's fucking ice in here, man. And it's incredible how much the Tony sign. And even when you have a picture on it that would just melt anything, this would melt steel beams. And this is really something. It's a marvel of modern technology. Look how thin that steel is, Jack, and it still will hold ice for
it. Truly is the McDLT of high quality drinkware. It is the McDLT where the hot stays hot and the cool stays cool. I'll tell you, I loaded up some hot coffee here on the mountain, and as I drove the 120 miles up to see everybody's favorite intro creator, JT, that coffee was damn near too hot to drink. By the time I got to 120 miles down the road, it was still super fucking hot.
Many a lip has been burnt from drinking coffee from a Tony Spangler tumbler. But speaking of keeping things cold, I've got one tumbler that that he made for me that I don't even have to pick it up and shake it to tell if there's still cold stuff in there, because it's got a little indicator on it. See, when that right there is sticking out. See that right there? When that's sticking out, I know things are cold in there. So I mean, look at it, man. It's got it all. You keep your coffee hot. You keep your cold beverages cold. You keep your urethra free of that annoying scar tissue.
Yes, you do.
You impress your lover by evacuating things for them, all in one simple product. So for all your needs, kinky and otherwise, always remember. Man, it just harkens back to the 1930s every time I hear that.
Yeah, it's.
Yep.
I love that shit. I love that shit.
It's great.
I'm almost at a loss for it every time because I just fucking love that jingle. It's the
Oh
best.
yeah,
It really is.
it is the best, man, and it was made by the best, good old JT,
That's right, buddy. You are absolutely the best.
rare talent.
Speaking of another person who's the best, hanging out with Max was Miss Jenny Wilson, and she actually submitted a story for us.
My
She goes,
cheesebag daughter.
I was actually servicing in my childhood neighborhood. The nostalgia was awesome. I come up to the door and speak with the client. The gentleman of the home was really nice. We talked about the neighborhood. Oh, come on. Don't want the keyboard in the way. At the house and their pest concerns. Then he said he needed to leave to take his son to lacrosse, but his wife will be inside if I need anything. I even got to say, the dog will be secure inside the home, correct? He went on his merrily way, and I got to work. They had one Evo station in the back. The gate you could come in and out of was all the way at the end of the backyard, so I had to walk all the way around the fence each time I lapped the house. At this time, I worked for Donnie and Marie that required you to perform the service in a sequence by which they would spy on you regularly if you did not oblige. So by the third time around this yard, I left the gate open. I got to the truck for my bait bucket and had my web pole. I'd come around the yard into the gate, make it all the way to the house when the most muscular pit bull I've ever seen runs into the fence from the outside, now guarding my escape, immediately begins trying to get to my hands, grabs the sleeve of my shirt, shaking me like a rag doll. I start beating it with my bait bucket and screaming for help at the top of my lungs. I managed to fight it all the way to my escape, but it won't let me out. I finally turned to leap and it sunk its jaws completely into my left butt cheek. I got the whole hand's worth. The teeth punctured and left a massive bruise. I managed to get the gate shut. At this point, I'm in utter shock. I fall to the ground and shed a few tears. I then open my phone and call my team leader. I tell him the story. He says he's 15 minutes away. Just wait where I am. He's an African American man, and his voice was a lot like a drill sergeant. No, come back here. It made me lose it. God damn it. Like a drill sergeant. He bangs on the front door, and the wife answers, "Do you know your dog attacked my technician?" Now he's screaming at the lady that still had no idea something occurred. She tried to say I faked it, so he turned me around to give her a look at my blood-soaked pants. She screamed she was calling the cops. At this point, I had walked away and called my branch manager. What in the trauma fuck? They never had me go to the doctor or get a drug test. We just pretended like it never happened.
Incredibly coincidental.
That's fucking Donnie Marie.
Yeah, that's a D&M big time. Yeah, amazing. By the way, Jenny, thanks. One thing, thanks for the story, and another one, prayers were answered. She was in quite a bit of a fender bender just yesterday, and or day before, and she's not hurt. She's a little sore. She definitely got some memories of it for sure, but she came out of it. She's going to be okay, and that's just an answer to prayer.
Oh yeah,
We love you, Jenny.
We do, and I'm so glad you're okay because that's just fucking miserable shit. That kind of getting nailed like that. Jesus.
Oh, definitely. So, okay, let's see what I got here. Scotty Grill, a longtime cheese bag, gave us a lovely TFTCS dog story. So, about 30 years ago, I was called to do a WDIR on a house that the owner was financing. When I got there, the owner met me at the door. The first thing he said was something like, "I hope you like dogs." Well, I love dogs and told him that. So I go in, and it turns out this little guy was a breeder and groomer of a breed called the teacup poodle. Now, excuse me. Now, the teacup poodle is a tiny little thing. Ain't no bigger than a squirrel. like a rat with no tail and curly fur. And he had a shit ton of them. And they were running all over the place and barking, no more like squeaking their little heads off. So I kneeled down and was immediately swarmed by them. It was pretty awesome. Once the love fest was over, I began my inspection. I asked the owner if he could maybe cage the dogs because they didn't look cheap and I didn't want to step on one. He said it takes him over an hour to cage them all up, and I just didn't have that much time to spare. So, on with the inspection. Sure enough, I had an audience the whole time as they followed me from room to room. They even waited for me to come back down from the attic to get me with as much enthusiasm as when we first met. So then the dog shit hit the fan. What I didn't know was that while I was playing Pied Piper with the dogs, a grooming client had showed up with yet another dog, and the homeowner had opened his garage door to greet them and bring them into the garage where he had his little beauty parlor set up. I did not know this. And I also did not know the next door that I opened led to the garage. No sooner had I cracked that door open when my little herd of ankle biters poured out into the garage, saw freedom, and then made a run for it. Oh, shit. Running right past me, the owner and the client who was now clutching her own little teacup. That was an all fuck moment if there ever was one. I couldn't shut the door because the little fuckers were still trying to squeeze through, and I didn't want to have to buy any damaged dogs that day. So that hour that I didn't have to spare was spent along with the owner and a couple of neighbors who came out to see what the commotion was all about, hunting teacup poodle throughout the neighborhood. We gathered them up, one, sometimes two at a time. Then we had them put in cages and do a head count. The whole time I'm shitting teacup bricks. Well, we all survived, and since then I have been hyper aware of opening doors and haven't lost a dog since. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All it takes is once lose them out the fence or something and
That's
have
right.
to run them down. You're like, I'm not fucking doing that again.
That ain't no lie. Fortunately, I keep all my poodles numbered for just such an emergency.
Josh, Josh, I'm going to say this last name wrong. Patinode. Josh, sorry I butchered your last name.
I'll take it. I'll take your word for it.
Okay. He was on. I was doing a rack.
It froze, Jack.
I froze. Am I back?
Yeah, start. Yeah, would you start over, please?
Yeah. I was doing a rat clean out job and two American bulldogs came out from the house and immediately ran up onto me, barking and sniffing. I grabbed my mace out of the truck because I had a feeling someone was going to get bit. I'm setting up my Evos, and all of a sudden, a 3-month-old goat comes running 20 foot out in front of me with the two dogs in hot pursuit. One dog grabbed the leg, and the goat went down. The other dog grabbed the neck and started shaking the goat. I started yelling for the owner, who came running out of the house and said, "They're going to kill that goat if I don't mace it, but I need consent." She said, "Yes, mace them." So I hit them with the mace from point blank. They went from white to orange in 2 seconds flat. The last rushed the goat off to the emergency vet with my work shirt around its neck. The goat ultimately survived, and now we have an unspoken bond when I go there. The woman was so happy and appreciative and tells everyone if it wasn't for me, the goat would be dead.
No. You know, there goes
Good
my
on ya.
hero, Jack.
Watch him as he goes.
All right, let's see. Sean Fike. By the way, Sean, thanks for the picture, man. That's a pretty dog you got.
Chloe,
yes.
Yep.
Because he goes, I had a customer with a prior company that called in for service who simply said, "Send a tech that's not afraid of dogs." Automatically, I get sent out. When I arrive, I instantly hear barking. Loud, deep barks, but no dog in sight. I stay in my truck and call the customer, letting him know I was there and to ask if the dogs were friendly because I can hear them but not see them. We get off the phone after he says they are friendly, and I see 8 cane corsos and 4 boxers come barreling towards me, barking, tails wagging, full speed, not knowing if I'm either about to die or get an overload of dog loving. I slowly and so stealthily reach in and grab my box of dog treats. All dogs came right to my feet and sat around me in a circle waiting for pets and treats. Oh my God. Best customer I had. Miss those dogs to this day. Oh
Aw.
man. Oh, that's lovely. That is so lovely. I love it when that happens. I had one customer that I'd never been there before, and she texts me, or I text her, let her know I'm on the way. And she goes, okay, good, because I've got some pictures I need to show you of some bugs. I said, I will look at them so long as you look at pictures of my dog. And they're like, oh, we're dog lovers too. So next thing I know, it's like for the next 6 months, we're swapping pictures of dogs and stuff like that. We swapped pictures until their warranty ran out, and then after that, nothing.
Aw.
Yeah, but yeah, she had some cute little doggies. She had a couple of Shih Tzus, but I'm sorry, I have a soft spot for a particular breed. I love my Max. There is no dog like my Max. He is the smartest, bestest boy in the world. But god damn it, I love those French bulldogs. Oh man, they're so fucking awesome until they fart. Until they fart. No. No, it's not. It's not. It's. Oh God, man! It just melts my heart every time I hear them sound like they're strangling to death. And but see, I was my wife, my beautiful bride, and I used to be involved in French Bulldog Rescue. We fostered a lot. We had adopted 5 of them. Bobby, Dewey, Clover, Meadow, and Bella. And we've had French bulldogs for many years and many dollars, because those are some high fucking maintenance dogs. But oh my God, and they just all have a different character of their own. And whenever I go into a customer's house and they've got a Frenchie, and I say, is it a friendly dog? And the answer is always, oh yes, God yes. They want to see you. So it's like I will sit on the floor. I say, bring them to me. and then it's just like, and I'm just like, I'm sitting there, it's like almost in tears because I'm thinking about my other dogs that I loved and lost, and it's just like, I was like, can I take a picture? And everybody's like, oh yes, please take a picture. It's like, I gotta show this to my wife. It's like, okay, this is Mr. Churchill, and this is Snoogles, and this is me. I was like, oh man, look at what can I say? But I'll tell you what, man, those dogs, their smushy faces and everything are just so adorable. But the other end of them can clear a fucking room. Oh my God, they are the fartest fucking dogs. It's like we would be sitting there. One in particular, Clover. She was a tiny thing. She was about 20 pounds. She was adorable. She was a retired showgirl, and Ellen and I would be sitting on the sofa. We're just sitting, and Clover would be in the middle, and we'd just be like watching TV, and all of a sudden, oh my God. Like, Ellen's like, was that you? I was like, fuck no, that wasn't me. It's like, if that was me, I'd be telling you to call an ambulance.
Be blamed for a dog fart?
Oh my God, dude. She goes, oh, that's just Clover giving her love gases. I was like, good love gases.
So it's okay if the dog does it. It's love gas if the dog does it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a dog, dude. I mean, come on, it all boils down to it being a dog,
Yeah.
If I do it, it's just, if I do it, it's just like, oh God,
you're disgusting.
Yeah. Hey man, you ever anybody out there ever cut a fart that was so heinous you had to buy flowers afterwards?
No, I've not bought flowers. I've made some apologies though. I mean,
sometimes words are just too shallow, Jack.
they are, especially with that deep guttural sound that came out of me. But
oh man,
I think the last story of the night the last story we have is Chris Cartwright. He goes, I have a good one. I love dogs. In fact, I love dogs more than humans. Sounds like Mr. Brad over there. A few months ago, I was heading to one of my regularly scheduled mosquito treatments. As always, the customer saw one lanternfly and called me about it. So when I arrived, I decided to take a look to see before strapping on the steel. As I'm walking around her willow trees, I can hear her 2 dogs freaking out because I'm in their yard. That's par for the course. It's just dogs doing what dogs are supposed to do. That's why humans and dogs have been best friends for 10,000 plus years. Well, it ends up she just had her sliding door replaced. It was improperly installed, and the dogs figured out that they could open the damn door. The next thing you know, I have a German Shepherd and a pit bull racing down the stairs of their second-story deck, teeth bared, coming right at me. Instinct kicked in immediately, and I broke hard for the gate. I opened the gate and slid out right as the pitty caught up to me. If I just went back there with my backpack on, A, I would have never heard him coming, and B, my fat old ass would have never gotten to the gate in time.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is that a pre-job inspection is important, at least if you don't want to become Alpo.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Yeah, that's like, yeah. There's some great stories, man. I mean,
They were.
You know, I mean, there's always that, you know. I had a guy, actually, Josh Talbert, is like, tell me on his first day. He goes, I love dogs. He goes, I have been late to customers just because I was playing with their dogs, you know, playing with the previous customers' dogs. I was like, dude, same. I mean, you know, because after all is said and done, I mean, we all know dogs are awesome. And even the less than savory ones, the chihuahuas or the ones, you know, digging, you know, they can't help it. They're dogs. I mean, after all, there are no asshole dogs, only asshole customers.
Oh, and there's also asshole people that aren't customers that happen to be pest control people as well.
Do tell.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we got a little dual purpose. You can suck it. I know we're almost at an hour, so we're going to run a little bit long on this because I got something to say.
That's right. Got something to say.
All right, so here we go for the You Can Suck It dual purpose. So, what I've got here is the first thing that really bothers me. You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what grinds my gears? You know what makes me sick?
Is these fucking driving scores. There's one person who got their driving score dinged because they got in a vehicle accident and their phone went flying as a result of the accident. Because that device moved, it lowered their driving score.
You have got to be shitting me.
Not shitting you. And then, same company, the driving score, corporate driving score, acceptable is 750. The branch is 775. So you know what you're doing. If you're making 750 but not the 775 that the branch manager wants, you get written up because he's not making his fucking bonus for going above and beyond.
He's kissing up her ass is what he's doing.
And writing your ass up when you don't help him make his bonus.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's
so you
right.
Can suck
it's
a big
happening
old
at your expense.
Right. And then there's another person who, same company, works in a damn near war zone, a place that I've worked in these exact same areas. I know the areas, I know the roads, I know the people, I know the driving habits, I know the crackheads that'll stumble out in front of you with no warning. So you have to brake hard. People, I mean, you get hordes of people on dirt bikes going down city streets. They don't pay attention to the lights. They don't pay attention to the stop signs. You have to jam on the brakes. So there's going to be hard braking. There's going to be hard turning because the fucking potholes are the size of kiddie pools.
Yep, exactly. And don't get me started on roundabouts, Jack.
Oh, Jesus.
Some of them fucking roundabouts aren't any bigger than a Pepsi bottle cap. And no. yeah, I mean, you are going to turn hard on those damn things.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, it's not, and I know you're talking about a particular part of the country that you were referring to as far as the traffic and stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't get me started on Indianapolis. It's like fucking Thunderdome out here. And I swear, I've got the spiky goggles and stuff, and you know, I got a fake mohawk. I throw it on every time I get on Interstate 70 heading downtown, because I know if I don't, it's kill or be killed. You know, 2 men enter, 1 man leave. It's fucking the nightmare. So yeah, I get it, man. And and driving scores on that. Yeah, the whole driving score thing is just so freaking weird. I don't even understand it. It's supposed to make you a better driver. Well, if you can avoid a fucking accident by hard braking or doing a sharp turn, yeah, you're a good driver. I mean, that shows good maneuvering skills. And but you know what? You're gonna fucking get rode up for it. So it might as well just fucking plow right into the gas end of that motherfucker. You know? You're still gonna get written up either way, but you know. What it
You're
is.
going to get rid up of an asshole that hits you blowing through a light with no insurance on a suspended license, and you still get dinged on your driving score. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
That's
whoever
right.
came up with this driving score bullshit, what do they call it? The Mentor app or whatever? And the
Who
companies that
knows?
use that and other driving scores, I hope because you kill morale with your driving score that every time you get in your car, one of your tires is flat. All the time. No matter what, no matter where, no matter when. I don't care if you've got a shit so bad that you're groundhogging it, that you're whistle pigging, and you got to get down the street to a toilet. I want one of your tires flat at all times. Just you can go fuck yourself, really. Just I
That's
want
right.
things to be as inconvenient as possible for you.
Mm-hmm. I hope all of your freaking employees get the keys to your car while you are distracted. Open it up, take their hands, both fingers, stick them underneath their pants, rake them straight across their filthy anuses, and then wipe it all over your cabin filter. Put it back in and shut the door and just wait for the fun.
Oh yeah. No, I hope someone and Candace said this yesterday. I think someone takes a nice jar of mayonnaise and just completely glazes the underside of your car seats with mayonnaise in the middle of the summer, and that shit just turns rancid throughout the entire car. That's just
Yeah.
nasty.
I hope the next speed bump you hit is so big and so tall that it fucking breaks the flare on the butt plug you're wearing and it lodges in you and you have to go to the hospital.
Oh, I hope a spring pops out of the seat, goes straight up your rectum, and shoves that fucking butt plug up to
Well,
your
they might
large
like
intestine.
that.
That's what I hope for.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
You
just
know what?
put the
Maybe
spring
maybe
like
they
a
might like
bobblehead.
that. You know, it's like
Gotta-
Jack in the box.
That's right.
No offense. Damn.
All right.
Oh God, you guys with those fucking driving scores can definitely suck it.
Part 2 of this happened on the depot. There was an asshat who was reaching, I will butcher the name, Pica Maximum status by saying that he found business cards for another pest control salesman and said he was recycling them, which means just trashing the business cards when he was at a restaurant. So it wasn't even his job, wasn't his business, wasn't his account. He was at a restaurant tossing the cards of another person working for another company, someone trying to feed his family, trying to take care of his kids, trying to pay his bills. And so everybody starts jumping into the depot, telling him it was a dick move. And he's telling me the little violin thing, you know.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Fucking shit. And the deal is that we're all in this together, whether you work for the same company, different company, or whatever. Everybody out here is trying to make a living. Everybody out here is trying to feed their family, feed themselves, pay their bills, put gas in their truck. And right now, that's pretty fucking difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to go cut someone off at the knees, karma is going to come get you, whether it's on a podcast or in your daily life.
It is.
You own your own business, and one day, you know, things might go south for you business wise. Things might, you know, get pretty slim for you if the economy takes a shit, and you're going to be worrying about how you're going to feed your family too.
Mm-hmm.
What if you set your card out for somebody and someone said, "Oh, look at this fucking," and chuck the fucking card?
Look at me, I'm a dick.
For an account that you may have had, possibly could have sold to pay your bills, to feed your kids, whatever. But you're going to be this okay boomer fucking guy. First of all, I'm not a boomer, dickhead. I'm a fucking Gen X, which means fuck your feelings, and I have none. So you're not gonna hurt mine. Let's just get that straight.
Oh,
Second
God.
of all, I mean, he was born in. Go ahead.
I was going to say every time somebody calls me a boomer in a derogatory term, I laugh so hard my wife can hear it all the way over the other side of my paid off house.
Exactly. Let's see. I mentioned that I was retired. He's like, "Okay, boomer." Oh, you're right. So first of all, you obviously don't do any fucking research before you start spouting your mouth off. You know. Yeah. And the general consensus of that entire post was everybody was just waiting to see who drags their balls across your face, and the majority of people in that post did.
Yes, they did. Yeah, and I made sure mine was extra vinegary when I did it.
Oh, you know, no, I was all musky. I got the musky balls.
You were musky, yeah.
But here's the deal.
It's the lotion I use.
Eau de toilette, which means I dunk him in the unflushed toilet first before I go dragging him across his face.
Yeah.
So, but something tells me that guy's seen one up close. I mean, like really up close, like
I think so. Not that there's anything wrong with it, unless you want it to be. In that case, I hope that's the case.
Oh yeah, no, and I tell you, people like that, karma catches you, and one day you're probably going to end up in the pokey with Pica Maxman, and I mean to have that guy drag his nuts across your face, that'd be kind of funny. I hope someone
he'd have to grow. The Pica Maxman would have to grow some first.
Well, I mean, you can still get the taint though.
The taint, yeah, that's true. The taint,
the unwiped taint,
that little wrinkled Klingon forehead little thing going on there. Well, all I can tell this guy is I hope people continue to drag their taints and scrotes across his face until the skin is so it looks like the pads on my headphones.
I hope every business card you hand out is thrown away the minute that you turn your back.
Last but not least, I hope you move into my market because I'm fucking ready.
Don't sing it. Bring it.
Bring it. That's all right. Suck it. Bring it. Sing it.
That's right. So the fact is that you're a dickhole. And I hope yours is fused shut when you wake up in the morning and your penis expands with so much urine buildup that it starts coming out all your other orifices, that you've got urine leaking out of your nostrils, out of your butthole, out of your mouth, crying tears of urine. That's what I hope for. I hope that your penis hole is fused shut.
I hope the next time you take a shit, it's like a hyena giving birth.
Oh yes, I hope that turd comes slap at your penis. It's just big old nasty dry one. It's kind of like passing.
Yeah, it's gripping the wall so much that's bringing them out with it.
It's like someone rolled it in cat litter before it was on the way out. Someone's like breaded it in cat litter. That's what I hope for. But since your penis is fused shut, I hope it has to go all the way back up that tube and come out your mouth. And you have to taste it. Yeah. Because everything comes out of your mouth is shit anyway, so it should be no real departure for you.
Oh, no kidding. And you know what? It just cracks me up. This is not the first time we've seen something like that on the depot. And and every time, man, the cheese bags come in and they fucking drag the dude through the alley of broken glass, and like to every cheese bag out there that sticks together and knows what it means, even if you don't like to say the word cheese bag, we know who you are. We love you anyway. Yep. And yes, you do have, and you know who I'm talking about. You got a magnet coming to you. Hey, we've got a couple of announcements real quick before we go.
Oh yeah. Well, I gotta give one more. You can suck it. You suck. You're a fuck knuckle. Go fuck yourself. Okay, I'm good.
Very good. Okay.
Which one announcement?
Okay. The one announcement I have is over the past couple of days we've had a post regarding action shots of various cheese bags in various states of work and other work and primping and other things. And somebody thought that'd be great to have a calendar. Basically, the calendar thing was actually brought up a couple of years ago by our own beloved Candace Renee, except she was talking more about beefcake pictures. And after seeing a bunch of you cheese bags, I don't think beefcake is an option. So not that I'm not talking down to you, man, but I seriously don't. I'm in there with you. But I think an action shot calendar would be a great idea. Unfortunately, it's a little late in the year to actually do this for 2025. So I have a plan. Starting in January 2025, once a month, probably on the first day of the month, I'm going to post a post, obviously, asking for action shots. And you would put your action shot in the comments section on that post. And the mod squad, and I'm even going to throw Jack in on this, will judge these for content and, sexability and all that other good stuff and humor and whatnot. And there will be one winner a month, and that winner will be the picture on the 2026 calendar.
That's awesome.
So, start thinking about what your poses are going to be and get them into us. So, January 1st, 2025 will be the first post on that. The next one will be February 1st, March 1st, and so on down the line. And we're going to get a calendar together. So look for it and get your pictures in. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Speaking of getting it in, the 20th will be the 20th of December will be our Christmas show. That is the last Friday before Christmas. So we still have a contest going on. If you go to tftc.wtf, hit the menu, go down to contests, we have the Night Before Christmas Beach Motherfucker contest. The rules are there. Dramatize it any way you want. Background music, multiple players, multiple people doing all the characters and everything. Do it the way you want to do it. Stay true to the script, but do your version of the Beach Motherfucker Night Before Christmas. So, get it in before the 20th. The winner will be played as the presentation of the Beach Motherfucker Night Before Christmas. And one of the things you'll win is the huge Tales from the Crawl Space flag.
I forgot to hang it up tonight.
That's all right. The flag that flew at Cheese Stock 2024.
That's right.
At Stately Harvey Manor, you will get that flag, some shirts, some. I think. Did you say you're throwing a magnet in there on that one?
Yeah, I'll give him a magnet. What the fuck?
Some TFTC bracelets,
koozies.
Yeah.
Yep, can koozie, the ones that you forgot when you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving them away like hotcakes, man.
You're gonna get a bunch of swag.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss this flag, but I'll tell you what, man, it flew proudly at Cheese Stock 2024. What a time that was! And so yeah, get your entries in for the Christmas Beach Motherfucker contest.
That's right. We're not quite sure what we're doing next week yet. Do you have any ideas? Anything rolling around in your head? What we should do for
Not
a show?
Not a fucking clue. It may just be you and me shooting the shit. Those always go over well.
We can always default to ask us anything.
Ask us anything. Yes.
Anything. All right. So next Friday, ask us anything. No matter
ask
what
us
it
anything.
is.
3.
the meaning of life, how hyenas have babies, all kinds. Whatever the questions are, we'll have answers for you. We're not saying they're going to be the correct answers, but we'll have answers for you. So think of what the questions are. We'll put a post on the depot. You can throw your questions up there, no matter what they are. I don't care if it's, the meaning of life, the recipe for a nice, warm apple bread. Anything.
Bread.
Oh, fuck yeah. But
speaking of recipes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I told you my beloved Max boy is not with me tonight. He's in there with mommy. Yeah, mommy is whipping up a special dessert, and imagine if you will. Now, hopefully, some of you may be high when you're hearing this because you're.
Should I take my pants off first? Do I need to take my pants off first?
No, just burn one because you're gonna love this, man.
Okay.
Once you're stoned, this is total stoner grub. She's taking Twinkies, right, and she's lining the bottom of a pan with said Twinkies. Then she is putting vanilla pudding on top of those. Or no, she's putting banana pudding this time on top of those. And then a layer of pineapple, a layer of whipped cream, and some maraschino cherries. And some chopped up pecans.
I should have took my pants off for that, man.
Well, I knew your penis could only get so erect. So, but yeah.
Maybe it's all I'm holding an apple.
I am telling you what, man, I'm looking forward to smashing into some of that. Trouble is, I may not get the opportunity because this is being made for a family Christmas reunion from my side of the family. And I'm telling you what, man, it's like after my cousin Ernie, the Reverend, gives the fucking blessing, it's like, and it's like by the time me and Ellen get up there, it's like steam's rolling off the table, plates are like, and it's just like, man, we're lucky to get, last year I got one piece of cooked green pepper from my Aunt Bert's famous meatloaf.
Oh, wow.
It was the best damn piece of green pepper I'd eaten all year.
You said the blessing, and my brain defaulted to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, where he goes, "The blessing,
the blessings, the blessings." Say the blessing. Oh, that's a thing in my other Ellen side of the family too. It's like, I'll say the blessing. Everybody goes, the blessing. God, Aunt Bethany.
Do you know that she was the voice of Betty Boop
And olive oil.
and olive oil? That's right.
And olive oil. Yep.
Little factoid for you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. She's got to be dead by now.
Oh God, yeah, I would think so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She might outlive us all. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Bethany is timeless.
It's a good. I appreciate you bringing that up because that is my reminder to watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I have not had the annual screening yet.
Oh, and I didn't even tell the bear story from Thanksgiving. I'll have to tell that some other time.
Oh, fuck that bear, man! Yeah, well, that'd be a good one for next week. That's great. That was really something else. If I'm gonna come up there to visit you, Jack, you need to get rid of that fucking bear before I do. Otherwise, I'm sleeping in your garage anyway. So I ain't camping out when there's fucking Ursa Major out there.
All right, boys and girls, thanks for tuning in this evening. As always, we love doing the show for you, and we love getting your stories in for the show. So on behalf of Brad, myself, Pest Control Humor Depot, our favorite group, we want you to glove up for Candace and bug the hell off.
Bug off.